Hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I'm ready, I'm excited. I'm gonna talk to you about some Jo Malone. It's been a sweet time. You know I love Jo Malone. I love chatting Jo Malone. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, I have two new fragrances for you, and they are from the Blossom collection. Now, first of all, before we get started, here is the box it came in. I don't know if this is of interest to you, but I thought it was quite interesting. The boxes are actually a little bit different. They are more of a kind of whitish tone rather than the kind of more magnolia tone that they normally are. And I thought I would point it out because there's been a slight change of packaging. I think they've also been slightly simplified too. So I thought I would flag that up in case you are interested. So today we are going to talk about two fragrances. We are going to talk about the Yuja Cologne, and we are also going to talk about the Waterlily Cologne. So these are both from the new Spring Blossoms collection. And I know what you're gonna say, we're kind of in summer now. I think these come out like, sorry, I had an itchy forehead. These Blossom fragrances come out every year for Jo Malone, and they are always such a crowd pleaser. They're limited edition, and they're kind of like a spring summer favorite. However, they normally come out earlier in the year. So I think it's all been delayed a little bit because of obviously coronavirus. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you what's in the collection, and then I'm going to focus on each fragrance individually, which I am already wearing, so I can tell you about the top notes and then also on the dry down too. So the fragrance collection is called Spring Blossoms. This is the new limited edition collection. Discover two new colognes, which is the Yuju and Waterlily, alongside a selection of beloved blossoms which already exist. So we have the Usurer Cologne, we have the Waterlily Cologne, we have the Osmanthus Blossom Cologne, Silk Blossom Cologne, then there's a limited edition Orange Blossom Diffuser, there is an Orange Blossom Candle, there is a Nectarine Blossom and Honey Cologne Pen, and there is a Spring Scents collection, which is 5 9ml fragrances for £74. And that, my friends, is the collection. So let's do a deep dive into the actual fragrances on their own. So the first one we're going to start with is the Yuja Cologne. This one opens with notes of Yuja, which is a vibrant citrus with addictive freshness and touch of aromatic notes. Then it's got a heart of clary sage, which is a woody and earthy aromatic tones to enrich the sweet aromatic notes of the rosemary heart. And then at the base, we've got fir balsam. It's kind of an unusual fragrance because when you spritz the fragrance, I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. It's so special, so unique and original and amazing. And it's very much more like lemon and herbaceous notes and like pine, but it's not Christmassy. And it's just this kind of wonderful green herbaceous fragrance, which is just really uplifting, really sparkling and fizzy and just quite lovely and green. And it's got a touch of like almost lemon notes in it, and it's really just like a green citrus fragrance. And it kind of reminds me of somewhere between lime basil mandarin and the wild fig and cassis and the grapefruit and maybe the neroli and basil, and it's that kind of green uplifting freshness. However, about 10 minutes into the fragrance, it changes a lot, and it then becomes a lot more orangey, and it's almost like you're smelling the fragrance in reverse. Like you almost smell the heart and the base notes first, and then the top notes are what it kind of develops into almost, because then after about 10 minutes it becomes a lot more orangey, and that's when you really smell more of the what I assume is the Yuja, and it's more of an orange blossom fragrance, and that's when it kind of changes and goes into a world of more orange blossom and the nectarine blossom and honey, and it kind of turns more into that kind of world, and it's quite sweet. It almost reminds me of the kumquat oranges. It reminds me of orange blossom, neroli. It's got that real orange, sweet, addictive, more citrus vibe going on, which is funny because the beginning of the fragrance is so green and fresh and uplifting, and then the heart of it is more orange blossomy. Does that make sense? Like it's it's really unusual. It's kind of almost two different fragrances in one. I would say if you like fragrances like Orange Blossom, Nectarine Blossom and Honey, I think it's called, you will love this fragrance because it's really in that kind of world. But if you're like me and you like something a little bit more green and fresh and citrusy, more on that side, then I would say this one isn't for you, even though at first it may seem like your favorite fragrance, because on the dry down you really do go into more of an Orange Blossom territory. So if you love Orange Blossom or Nectarine Blossom and Honey, this is the fragrance for you. In terms of fragrance combining, it will probably go with a lot, but I would really like to try it with Myrrh and Tonka. I think the oranginess would blend really beautifully with the Myrrh and Tonka, and I just feel like it would be quite a nice combination. That's just my opinion. You can try whatever combination you like. Okay, next fragrance. This is the Waterlily Cologne. Now I'm already wearing this. I was wearing the Usurer on this wrist, and I'm wearing the Waterlily on this wrist. So this one I love. I actually much prefer this one. This one is much more of a me fragrance. So I'm just gonna consult the website. So this is the Waterlily Cologne, again, limited edition, and this bottle is actually a little bit prettier. I don't know if you can see, but they're both ombre, but this one has more of a yellow tone. This one has more of a white tone. Again, frosted at the top, clear at the bottom, a really nice, very subtle but very lovely detail. So this one is radiant white water lilies, a crown jewel of the secret garden pond. These pristine petals with clean floricity that stirs and enchants. The dewy freshness of these floating blooms enhanced with a flourish of jasmine and neroli. And this contains top notes of neroli, heart notes of water lily, base notes of white musk. Now I'm already wearing this, and this one I would say doesn't change as much. Oh, I love it. It's so good. This is much more of a me fragrance. I love the red roses. I love the wild bluebells. And I love poppy and barley. I like a floral from Jo Malone, but I like more of a vintage floral. This one has more of a kind of a gardenia, jasmine, rose, violets kind of vibe. And it's just this kind of like really beautiful aquatic floral. I feel like you can smell the water. You can really smell this dewy, fresh, watery vibe. But then you do definitely get kind of like hints of rose, hints of maybe almost like a hint of peony. There is kind of like quite a musky, powdery tone. I kind of feel like there may be some almost like some tonka bean in there, maybe some violets. And I think it's really, really, really pretty. I love this one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. My favorite is by far the Water Lily. I just think it's this gorgeous aquatic floral. It's quite soft, it's quite subtle, it's a little bit more mature. I would say the Yuja is a little bit more of a young, youthful fragrance, a little bit more sweet and addictive, whereas this one is more of a grown-up, elegant, soft, subtle, kind of just more mature fragrance. Like, I think it's a more mature fragrance. But yeah, if you love the roses, if you love the bluebells, if you love violets and maybe soft jasmine and just kind of maybe more of a gardenia and a lily, this is the fragrance for you. I think it's really pretty. It's just this kind of watery, musky, beautifully kind of delicate and quite ethereal fragrance, and it's subtle but in a really wonderful way. And I personally think this is the star of the show for the Blossom collection, but I'm sure the Usurer will also be very, very, very popular because people love an Orange Blossom, and that one really is kind of more fun and tantalizing, whereas this one, the Water Lily, is more kind of like soft, romantic, quite vintagey. I think it's gorgeous. Like I love it. But I feel like they're both quite different. They're both kind of like more the essence of Blossom rather than Blossom fragrances, if that makes sense. This one's quite airy and sunshine filled, and this one's more dewy and aquatic, and yeah, that is my thoughts. I hope you like it. I hope I made sense. I hope I didn't waffle on for too long. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've tried them yet. I'd love to know if you have and what you think of them, and which Jo Malone fragrances do you like, because yeah, I think they're quite different. I think they're quite exciting. I really like them. I much prefer the Waterlily. I think the Waterlily is a dream. Personally, in terms of fragrance combining, I think again it might be quite nice with Myrrh and Tonka. I think it would also be quite nice with wood sage and sea salt. But then I feel like you could almost combine it with the bluebells to kind of really amp up the floral notes. Or maybe even like something like grapefruit would be quite nice, or basil and neroli might be quite nice. But I think I'd quite like to stick with the florals, but just make them deeper and richer. So maybe something like either the Myrrh and Tonka, wood sage and sea salt, or the bluebells. Bluebells would be quite nice with it anyway. Yeah, God, lots to think about. Anyway, that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. I would love to see you again, and it would be really nice to like get a few more subscribers. My channel grows very slowly. I think it's because I'm quite annoying. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Sorry about my hair. It's been a mess today. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Goodbye.